By what name are you known?
There are some who call me... Tim?
Welcome to another episode of Timmy Talks, the channel where we talk old school magic. And today we are in Utrecht, the Netherlands for DadBodCon. And this is the third edition of the tournament. And this tournament is organized by David. So first, a big shout out to David, also known as Dank Dave. Thank you so much for organizing this event again for the third time. I think we're very blessed in the Netherlands, you know, to have so many great people organizing these great tournaments. So today we're at DadBodCon, and this edition they're going to play according to the Swaffle rules. And maybe you're wondering, what does that mean? Well, it means we're playing according to the Swedish rules, but you're also allowed to play with Fallen Empires. And there's only one card restricted from the Fallen Empires card pool, and that is Hymn to Turek. So you can only play with one Hymn main. Now, if you want to know more about the rules, because I can imagine with old school there's so many rules and variations that you can get confused, please check the description below. I have information about the rule set and a link to a rules page where they explain everything about Swaffle. I think what's also good to know is that we are playing without mana burn today and with only one strip mine and one Mistress Workshop. So those are some good things to know when you're looking at the decks and how they are constructed. Also, you are allowed to play with reprints in this tournament and with collector edition cards. Okay, when we're now going to look at this match, we've got Wouter, and Wouter is playing a red and black deck, so it's got set trolls. It also has some discard in there, so there's that one Hymn to Turek. And he is taking on Björn, and Björn is actually the reason why I wanted to record this match, because he's playing Rabit, Wombat Enchantress. Yes, you've heard it right. And I mean, this deck, it's really cool. I'm going to tell you all about it in the deck, but I mean, there's a lot of thought behind it, and it's going to be really cool. I hope that we're going to see it shine, you know, that's what I hope for. No offense against Wouter's deck, but I mean, this list of Björn, I mean, I love it. It's truly, it fills my Timmy heart, you know. I can say that. It fills my Timmy heart. But before we continue with this match, first a message from the sponsor of this video, 3-for-1 Trading. 3-for-1 Trading is one of Europe's leading Magic the Gathering retailers. Their online shop has a fantastic selection of high-end Magic cards, especially for vintage, legacy, and yes, old school Magic players. They now exclusively offer my community free, fully insured and fast worldwide shipping on all their high-end singles, full sets, and out-of-print sealed products. They upload new cards every Wednesday and have weekly sale offers and reductions waiting just for you. Use my code TIMMY to get free worldwide shipping on your first order over $500 or euros. Have fun ordering those cards, and thank you 3-for-1 Trading for sponsoring this video. And we are back and ready to dive into the deck decks, and I'm going to start with the player on the left. That is Wouter. Let's take a look at this red-black deck. And here we see the deck of Wouter, and you know, Wouter, I'm liking it. I'm liking it because it's just red-black mid-range. There's no like, I'm splashing this color, I'm splashing that color, you know. You've got so many of those 5-color, 4-color good stuff decks. No, this is just the essence of red-black, right? You've got burn, you've got discard, you've got some land removal in there. I mean, I'm liking it, and I think what I also like here is just, you know, Dark Ritual into Hypnotic Spectre. Yes, sometimes you're going to run into a Swords or a Lightning Bolt, but go for it. Just go for it. If that threat is unanswered, your opponent is very likely to lose, because as soon as your opponent starts discarding cards to the hippie, he's in serious trouble. So you're kind of forcing him to come up with an answer. And I think just in general, your creature base is quite good, right? Because you've got the Mistress Factories, which I do count with the creatures, kind of half creature, half land. Of course, a difficult creature to deal with. And then we also see 2 Setchtroll, 2/2 creature, but when you've got a black mana, it becomes a 3/3, and you can also regenerate it for 1 black. So basically, it's a 3/3 for 3 with regeneration. That's amazing in old school. And then you've got those classic Sengir Vampires. I love it. I really hope you're going to get a counter on it today. You know, that's always the goal when you play with Sengir Vampires, right? Trying to get a counter on it. What's also nice here is that we do see some Underworld Dreams Eater, just 2, but it's quite nice in combination with the Wheel of Fortune. We also see some Drain Lives. I always think that Drain Life is quite strong, especially when you're playing with Dark Rituals, right? Because then your ritual kind of turns into a bolt that also gives you life. So it's pretty strong. Think about it. Obviously, you do need your Drain Life as well to make it work, but you know, you get my gist, right? We're also seeing 3 Shatters main. I think that's a good decision in this format, especially playing Swedish. You're going to see a lot of Suchis, but just in general, you're going to just see a lot of artifacts. So those Shatters are usually really good. Also a great answer, of course, to Mistress Factories of your opponent. So yeah, it looks like a very solid deck, and we're also seeing one Fallen Empires card, by the way. Guess which one it is? Exactly, it's the Hymn to Turek. We don't have a sideboard on this picture. I'm pretty sure you're playing with a sideboard, or maybe not. Let me know in the comments. But I'm sure if you have a sideboard, there are going to be some more Fallen Empire cards in here because, I think that the Order of the Ebon Hand, the Pump Knight, the Black Pump Knight would also be a great a sideboard card in this deck. But okay, this is the deck of Wouter. Now let's take a look at the deck of your opponent. And here we see the deck of Björn, Rabit, Wombat. And as soon as I saw this deck picture prior to the tournament, I'm like, I want this deck on stream. I want to record this match. This is going to be awesome because Rabit Wombat for Björn Enchantress is such a Timmy combo. And it's known as being a combo, and it's known as being a very bad combo. And just to take this to a tournament, to try it out, really shows Björn your love for old school Magic, your love for the cards. And I'm a huge, huge fan of people doing this, of people bringing these type of decks to tournaments. I love it. These are the decks you want to play, but you're worried, and then you take something boring, and, you end up with 2-2 or 3-3 or whatever. So take these type of decks to tournaments, people. It's fun, hopefully, at least. Maybe he's going to get crushed. I don't know. Björn, please do well in this match. Please do. Anyway, let's look at the card, shall we? So maybe start with Björn Enchantress. I mean, I'm sure you know this card. It's an 0-2 creature, 2 green and 1. And whenever you play an enchantment, you get to draw a card. So it's kind of your card draw engine. Of course, it's pretty vulnerable to removal. Also in this matchup, having 2 toughness. So you really have to think about those lightning bolts. The good news, though, is that Björn is playing with Holy Strengths. They're going to give +1/+2, so then he can kind of pump his Björn Enchantress to a 1/4, so it's protected. And maybe before we dive into the enchantments, because there's some really interesting enchantments in this deck, maybe first go to the Rabit Wombat. So Rabit Wombat is a 0/1 creature for 4 mana. Yeah, you've heard it here first, folks. 0/1 for 4 mana. That's really old school. But it's got a pretty cool ability. First of all, it's got what we call Vigilance today, right? So when it attacks, it doesn't have to tap. So that's pretty good. There are only a few creatures that have that, and the Rabit Wombat is one of them. The cool thing is its ability. So this creature gets +2/+2 for each aura, as they call it these days, attached to it. So when you play an enchant creature on this, like for example the Flight, it becomes a 2/3 flying creature. Now, one of the things that Björn told me is that he picked the enchantments so that he wants to create a super wombat that the opponent cannot deal with. And one of the very important enchantments in that role is, of course, this one, the Spectral Cloak. So Spectral Cloak hasn't been reprinted, only been printed in Legends. Very special card. Love the art here by Rob Alexander. It's 2 blue to cast. It's an enchant creature. It reads, enchant creature has Shroud as long as it's untapped. So it can be the target of spells or abilities. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're like, yeah, but wait a minute. Then you can no longer enchant it. True. So you have to time your Shroud, your Spectral Cloak right. That's very important. You have to do it after, you've already piled up some enchantments on your Rabit Wombat. Then you play the Spectral Cloak, right? The cool thing is the Rabit Wombat has Vigilance. It's never going to tap when it attacks. So that ability is always there. Of course, another really good target for Spectral Cloak is the Björn Enchantress itself, right? Because you want to protect the Enchantress from removal. So you can do that as well. I mean, you just see whatever happens in the game, right? If there's already a Björn Enchantress there and you top deck a Spectral Cloak, obviously you're going to cast it on the Enchantress. You're going to draw a new card out of it and protect your Björn Enchantress. That's great. But I'm personally hoping for a situation in this game where he's going to enchant it on his Rabit Wombat that hopefully already has a lot of enchantments piled up on top of him. For example, this one, Invisibility. Again, such a cool old school piece. I love it. Look at this art by Anson Maddox. It's really cool. I get this like science fiction vibe from this one, like kind of this Blade Runner vibe. But this Invisibility, so a 2 blue as well, just like the Spectral Cloak. And it reads, enchant creature can be blocked except by walls. Now, nobody's playing with walls. Well, I'm one of those people that still plays with walls, but no sane person plays with walls. So you're going to make your creature unblockable with this Invisibility, right? So you're going to walk right through the troops. So if you can find a way to put invisibility and Spectral Cloak on the Wombat, he's in winning territory. I mean, it's a stretch. You got to make it happen. But if he's able to, I think he's in a really good shape. in this matchup. But of course, it's going to be tough, you know, and it's always risky to invest a lot of enchant creatures on a creature because you're setting yourself up for 2-for-1. That's also why I think it's always good to, if you go the enchant creature route, if you want to do that, to really try to play with Björn Enchantresses as well, because that's basically one of the only ways to really get value, guaranteed value out of your enchantments. Even if your enchantment gets countered, you still get that trigger from the Björn Enchantress, so you still get to draw a card. I think that's really important to know as well. He's not playing with a Skull of Arm. Could have done that. Then again, he probably needed just to add like good cards in his deck as well, right? To make sure that he was at least a little bit able to win. So what we're seeing here, of course, is the blue power. We're seeing Time Walk, Ancestral Recall. We're also seeing Time Twister, which is really sweet. We're seeing a Black Splash for Demonic Tutor, which is quite nice. So yeah, I mean, I'm really excited about this deck. We also see 2 mana shorts in there as well, which I think is nice. I love the art of mana short. Not quite sure why they're in there. Maybe, I mean, in a way, mana short is like a cheap Time Walk, right? You're going to force your opponent to tap out, then your opponent cannot do anything, and that's going to buy you time. So, I mean, it's good, right? I mean, mana short is useful, but I'm not seeing a direct use for it in this deck other than that you get like a soft Time Walk, which can be enough. You know, if you've got a pumped up unblockable Wombat, maybe all you need is just one more turn, and maybe the mana short is going to give that to you. So we're just going to have to find out how that's going to play out in the match. Talking about that, we've looked at the deck of Wouter, we've looked at the deck of Björn, so that means we are ready for round number 3 of DadBodCon. Enjoy. Game number 1 of round number 3 here is about to begin, and I believe it's Björn on the play. He's the player on the right, so he's playing his Björn Enchantress, Rabit, Wombat deck, so really curious to see his deck in action. He's taking on Wouter, the player on the left. He's on the Timmy playmat. He's playing a black and red mid-range deck, and there's an island and go. And then, of course, the question is always, is he going to open up here with Ritual Hippie? No, he's not. Just a swamp and a pass. So both players playing fair magic here, just a basic and a pass. Slow starts. Let's see what Björn can do. Okay, he's going to go for the strip mine here, taking care of the swamp. Realizing that many players with black really need that double black to start casting their cards. Just a swamp being played out by Wouter and a pass. There's a tropical island for Björn and a Mox into Björn Enchantress. There we go. So the first Björn on the board. Turn number 2. No, 3 actually, because we had the strip mine, of course. 2 black here for Wouter. Ooh, him to Turek. So remember, this card is restricted. But of course, even as a one-off, still very powerful. So him to Turek here, gonna try to take 2 cards out of the hand of Björn. Let's see how many cards he's got left. Only 4 cards left. He's gonna roll the dice here to decide what needs to go. And that bull there actually is a 6. These are dice that were handed out at the Raging Bull series. Again, a 6. Now he's going to roll a 2, so card number 2 is going to go. That's a Holy Strength. Would have been quite nice here in combination, of course, with that Björn Enchantress. And yeah, still rolling here. Maybe it would have been easier to just pick 2 cards, but okay. Okay, there's an Invisibility now. Pretty cool card, Invisibility, but also gone. So both cards into the graveyard, and there's the pass. Gonna tap 3, another Björn Enchantress. So if Björn can find, missing a land drop here by the way, if Björn can find some enchantments, he can start drawing cards again. 1 enchantment will already help him a long way. There's a strip mine. Ooh, that is tough here. Strip mine on the tropical island. And Björn already missed a land drop. He's gonna tap a blue. Oh, Ancestral Recall, that helps. You know, that always helps. And no matter what position you are, it's always good. You're like, okay. I mean, I'm missing some land drops, but I've got Ancestral Recall. There's a forest now, and there's a pass. So no white mana yet for Björn. Also has a lot of white cards in his deck, especially enchantments, like Holy Strength, but also Spirit Links. And let's see what Wouter can do in his 3rd turn. There's a Badlands. Are we going to see an Hypnotic Spectre here, or perhaps a Sedge Troll? It's going to tap 2. Okay, there's a Demonic Tutor. And then we've got our old question, what are you going to tutor for? Like, there are so many options. You could, for example, go for a Lightning Bolt, because you can do that straight away, still has a red open. Another option could be, you know, maybe you want to go for Hypnotic Spectre. Underworld Dreams could be interesting. But I guess it's not a Bolt, because Wouter already passed the turn here. That went very quickly, Wouter. You knew exactly what you wanted to get. I'm curious. But let's first see what Björn can do here. So there's a Mox Sapphire. Going to tap 2 blue. Oh, this is so cool. Spectral Cloak. The art on Spectral Cloak. I just love it. And this is going to give the creature Shroud. So that means you cannot target it. You cannot target it, but also your opponent cannot target it. So, of course, you want to play this on your Björn Enchantress, because then they cannot not play any removal on it. For example, a Lightning Bolt. And also Björn is going to draw 2 cards from this Spectral Cloak. So a very good turn thus far here for Björn. And let's see what else he can do. There's a Tropical Island. And passing the turn. And then in his upkeep. Oh, there's a mana short. Yep. This is like the soft Time Walk, right? And because Wouter only has lands here, it's going to be very good for Björn. I mean, Wouter can still play out instant spells. So, for example, if he has a Bolt in hand, which I don't think he has, or else he would have played out already, he could Bolt the Enchantress here without the Spectral Cloak. Yeah, looking at the hand, kind of like, okay, that's not really cool. Exactly, going to tap everything, then draw his card for turn. So now he's in his first main, finding a basic mountain, and passing the turn. Yeah, really good mana short for Björn. Doing exactly what he wanted here, buying him time. The question now is, can he find more enchantments to really get the ball rolling? He's going to tap 5. What are we going to see for 5? Oh, it's a recall. Okay. Has, of course, an Ancestral Recall there. Going to discard the Savannah and the Island. And he's going to get back the Ancestral Recall and also a Holy Strength. Okay, so I guess he's got another white source in hand, or else he wouldn't discard the Savannah. Exactly. There's the City of Brass. Going to take a damage. Drop to 19. Oh, okay, on the Enchantress. Really nice target, because now it's a 1/4, meaning it's out of bolt range. So that's pretty annoying here for Wouter. Finding a Sengir Vampire from the top. Has enough mana now to play that Sengir if he wants to. It's going to tap 3. Okay, are we going to see Underworld Dreams here perhaps? Yep, Underworld Dreams hitting the board. Card from Legends enchantment. Whenever your opponent draws a card, he or she takes 2 damage. That works quite well together with the, or against the Björn Enchantresses of Björn, of course. So Björn going to untap. Going to take a damage because he's going to draw a card. Exactly, going to drop to 18, draw a card for turn. And I believe there's not a lot in the main 60 of Björn that can actually deal with enchantments. And now Björn is thinking, has a lot of mana now, 6 mana, so we could be in for an explosive turn. I would love to see Rabit Wombat. That would just be great. Still has the Ancestral Recall in hand as well, by the way, so it could just fire off an Ancestral Recall. Decides to first go for Demonic. Okay, we could be in for a very explosive turn here. One of the things he could do is go for Time Walk, and then Time Walk Ancestral Recall and try to kind of string together a couple of turns. That will be quite explosive. But yeah, I wonder what he's going to go for. He's going to put the Demonic Tutor here in the graveyard. He's going to tap 2 green. Okay, going to go for Chaos Orb here. So really wants to get rid of the Underworld Dreams. Yeah, forgot to attack here. So it just passes the turn. Interesting, because you would think that maybe you would try to activate the Chaos Orb straight away, but I think Björn is thinking about Shatter and wants to play around the Shatter. So here we see a Soul Ring. And let's see if Wouter's going to play something out. No, he's not. He's just going to pass. Very interesting. So he's not going to play out the Sengir Vampire. And here we see the activation. There's a Shatter in response protected by a counterspell. Wow. So on end step, we see that Shatter. And the reason he's taking the sleeve off is because we have naked orb flips rules here at the tournament. Meaning you have to flip it unsleeved. And now we're going to see that flip here. I hope. It's a little bit off camera, unfortunately. He's also going to take off the inner sleeve. And it's really difficult to flip without any sleeve, I can tell you that. I missed all my flips. Wow, that's good, Björn. I missed all my flips at this tournament. I'm really not used to flipping without sleeves. And I do double sleeve, but don't triple sleeve. But it's just what you're used to. The weight is very important. But yeah, really cool to have a naked orb flip here. It also hits the mark. And we did see that counter spell back up by Björn. There's the Ancestral Recall. Gonna draw 3 cards. I am a little surprised that we didn't see. Oh, there's a Word of Command here. Wow, Word of Command, Wouter. That is cool. I didn't realize you were playing Word of Command. That is super cool. There we see the hand. Yeah, there's little he can do here with the mana. With Word of Command, you take over the hand of the other player. But yeah, this is tough. Because there's not really a good target. I mean, you could go for Time Twister, play it out. No, you don't even have land for that. So I guess the next best thing is just to tap the City of Brass for Birds of Paradise, I guess. It's not great, but that's the thing with Word of Command. It's cool, but in a lot of cases, it doesn't do a lot. It would have been really cool if you still had the Underworld Dreams around, and if Björn had that extra mana, because then you could do like Wheel of Fortune or Time Twister and get 7 new cards and force your opponent to tap out and take 7 damage. But that's not the case here exactly. Just gonna cast at Birds of Paradise here. So Björn on 16. There's the attack for 1. First damage dealt here to Wouter. Wouter dropping to 19. There's the pass. I'm going to draw a card for turn. Okay, another Sengir in hand. So it has 2 Sengirs in hand. Pretty sweet. Going to tap 3, it seems. Okay, there's the Sengir Vampire. So 4/4 flying creature. And there's the pass. So yeah, this 4/4 flyer is, of course, a problem for Björn. He's going to play City of Brass. I mean, if he has a Spirit Link, playing a full playset of Spirit Links could do that. Okay, first playing a Spectral Cloak, so 2 more cards for Björn. So that Enchantress drawing engine is really working. Yeah, look at this. There's the Spirit Link. Perfect move by Björn. Gonna find even more cards. Where is the Rabit Wombat? That's the big question. And Björn passing turn here. Now remember, Wouter has that second Sengir in hand, right? Could just deploy the second one. So Wouter exactly going to tap 5. Yep, there's the second Sengir Vampire. I mean, that's pretty good. Another 4/4 flyer hitting the board. And there's the pass back to Björn. So now Björn has to deal again with the 4/4 flying threat. Can he find another Spirit Link? Oh, that's good. I wonder how many cards he's got in hand. Low, I hear there's also a Black Lotus. Tap a green. Okay, there's another bird. Tap a blue. Okay, tapping 3 in total, I believe. Oh, there's a Time Twister. Yeah, that's pretty sweet. That's also going to activate the Library of Alexandria for Björn. So Time Twister found. It's really nice for him. Of course, while he had it in hand already, we saw that with the Word of Command, by the way. So I guess not found. We knew he had that already. And perfect to combine that with your Library of Alexandria. The problem, of course, is you're also giving your opponent 7 new cards, which could be quite risky. But we'll see. I'm just hoping, by the way, that Björn is not shuffling in his recall here. Recall, of course, are removed from the game after you use it. But I'm sure if he finds it in his hand, he'll correct himself. Because I do believe he shuffled it with him. Or perhaps the card is out of camera. That's a possibility as well. Anyway, Björn here drawing 7 new cards. Wouter already has a fresh 7 in hand. So 7 cards. And I mean, that Black Lotus now is also perfect, right? Exactly going to first use Aloha to go up to 8. I wonder if we're going to see another Spirit Link. And hopefully we're finally going to see a Rabit Wombat. So first we're going to see a Soul Ring here. So 7 cards now in hand. And, oh, just a pass. Okay. A little bit surprised here. Was expecting to see some more enchantments and some more card drawing, but that didn't happen. There's a Mox Ruby. We see an Hypnotic there in the hand. Also a Lightning Bolt in the hand. Gonna tap 2 black. And, oh, again aim to Turek. Oh, man. That is really good, actually. For Wouter. Okay, it looks like Björn wants to do something in response. What is he gonna do? He's gonna tap so much. Does he have a power sink? Oh, there's a power sink. Ho, ho, ho. A huge power sink here. I mean, I'm sure it's enough. And it's gonna force Wouter to tap out with the lands at least. So it has to tap all the lands as well. I mean, it's something that power sinks force you to do. You don't have to tap your artifact mana, but you have to tap your lands. And of course, the Hymn to Turek is countered as well. It does mean that Björn now only has 5 cards in hand, I believe. Yeah, pretty sweet power sink. There's the attack for 4. Ooh, Björn is on 10 though. Yeah, those City of Brasses are starting to hurt as well. But what an interesting first game. I'm really enjoying it thus far. And Björn is doing so much, but really not getting anywhere. I believe it's because he's missing the Rabit Wombat. Okay, so I guess he does go up to 7 now. Drawing card number 8. So I guess he had 6 cards in hand after the power sink. Which is correct, actually, because he only played the power sink and he didn't play out anything else. And he had 7 when he passed. So yeah, that's correct. I made a mistake there. Anyway, here we see the Chaos Orb. So is he going to do another naked flip here? Could flip on the Sengir, of course. Looks like he's going to do something else first. Hey, there's the Rabit Wombat, baby. Ho ho, now we're cooking. Oh, it's so cool to see this deck in action. I'm loving it. Absolutely loving it. There's the Holy Strength. So it's making the Rabit Wombat now a 2-3, a... Oh, in response we see a Lightning Bolt. So Rabit Wombat... Before the Holy Strength gets on the Wombat, he wants to play a Bolt. So it's now still in 0-1. And he's going to counter it away. Okay, so it's a 2-3. Then it gets +1, +2. So it becomes a 3-5. So pretty big. Now we're going to see the flip, I assume. No, we're not going to see the flip. Another Holy Strength. Ho ho! This is so cool. I love this. And Björn keeps drawing cards. So many cards here seen by Björn. The question is, can he eventually win? Because he's on 10. He's facing the Sengir. There's a land for turn. I mean, I would... be tempted to flip on the Sengir Vampire also because Wouter stepped out, so you don't have to worry anymore about his Shatter. And I mean, the Rabit Wombat is now a 3, 5, 7, 9 toughness creature, if I'm not mistaken. It's going to be really hard to get rid of it. Oh, there's a Spirit Link. Not even going to flip on it. He's like, I'm just going to make your Sengirs useless. Oh, man. Now, you do have to worry, by the way, if you're Björn, because the Sengirs deal damage first and then you gain the life. So, actually, Wouter can win it here. Also, because he's got that, I believe he's got a Drain Life in hand. So, Wouter could drain Björn first for 2. So, Björn's on 8. Then attack with both Sengirs. And Björn dies. Now, Björn, of course, does have a Chaos Orb. So, if Wouter's going to do it, he's going to force... Björn to use his Chaos Orb. And then I wonder if Wouter has a Shatter in hand. Don't think he does. Does have a Bolt though. Is that a Bolt, that 1 red card there? Then he could decide to just Bolt to the face. Or first attack and then before damage is dealt, Bolt. Before the damage step. But then of course Björn can still respawn, by the way. But let's first see what Wouter's going to do. Let's see if he sees the line. Then let's see if he follows the line. I mean... maybe he first wants to bait out a target for the Chaos Orb. And perhaps that card, the red card in hand, could be a set. He's going to attack here. going to go to 9. There we see the Chaos Orb activation, I believe. So he is going to flip. No shatter in response. So again, he's got to do a naked flip. Uh-oh. I'm impressed, you know. Björn is flipping like, you know, he's like, oh, naked flip. I don't mind. Like I said, I was super bad at it. But let's see if Björn can hit for the second time here in the first game. Yep, it's a hit. It's too bad it's so off camera, but it's a hit. Yeah, that means that Björn's going to drop to 5 and then gain 4 life again, so he'll end up on 9. Yeah, really, really good news for Björn that Wouter didn't have another shatter. Wouter going to tap 5 and another Sengir. Okay, that's good news for Wouter. Another Sengir found. And I think this was a good decision, by the way, by Wouter, you know, because at least you now get rid of the Chaos Orb. And the Chaos Orb was used on, you know, a Sengir Vampire with the Spirit Link on it. And now you've got a nice fresh Sengir on the board that can start attacking next turn. It's going to tap 3, so we're not done yet. Okay, there's Hypnotic Spectre. More problems here for Björn. Does, of course, have those Birds of Paradise as jump blockers, but it's not ideal. And now he's going to draw for turn. Would love to see how many cards he's got in hand. Unfortunately, the angle is not the best, right? We don't see the amount of cards in hand by Björn. Let's see, we're seeing a Savannah. And then he's going to draw a card. So I guess he had 8 in hand after the draw. So now 7 after the Savannah, then drawing card 8 again. Okay, Ancestral Recall. Wow, when it rains it pours, doesn't it? So much card draw here for Björn. It's really cool to see his deck going off. But maybe he's still going to lose. So despite the fact that his deck is working on all cylinders, he might just lose here. Oh, there's a flight. Oh, this is so cool. So the Wombat is getting +6/+6 on enchantments alone. 6/7. Then it's got +2/+4 because of the Holy Strength. So it's an 8/11. Is that correct? That thing is huge. Oh, invisibility. Oh, now it can no longer be blocked. It's even bigger. That's huge. Remember, it's got vigilance. You can just attack and use it as a blocker. Yeah, +8/+8. It's getting +10/+12, I believe. He can deal 12 damage in one swing. This is insane. This is insane. I mean, Wouter needs a terror, but I don't think he's playing that main, actually. Maybe in his side. I would definitely board in terrors in this matchup. Oh boy, this is beautiful. This is exactly the game I was hoping for. This is poetry. This is magic in poetry form. This is beautiful. There's the attack. Look at that! Swinging in for 12. Man, that is insane. Or for 10, I guess. I guess it's 10. Yeah, it's 10. There's another Rabit Wombat. Wow, what a moment here. I love it, I love it, I love it. Wouter now on 9. Yeah, and it's a swing for 10, not a swing for 12. The toughness is 12. Well, plus the 1 toughness is 13, if I'm not mistaken. So it's a 10/13 with vigilance that can only be blocked by walls and flies. That's insane. That's one big wombat. Let's first see. Oh, look at this. There's a mana short to make matters even worse for Wouter here. Mana short. Is this the end of the road here for Wouter? That's the question. Mana short's gonna force him to tap all his lands. You play mana short in your upkeep. Yeah, this is really good for Björn. So Wouter's now in his upkeep thinking, can I use the mana here that I have to tap because of the mana short? And you can only use instant spells. It looks like he's gonna lose, I think. But we'll see. Okay, there's the bolt on the life total. It's gonna put him on 6. So 6 life left for Björn. Has to happen now for Wouter, because remember, the Rabit Wombat is unblockable because of that invisibility. There's a swamp. I think this is game 1 in the pocket here for Björn. That would be pretty spectacular. Yeah, Wouter in the tank here, of course, trying to find a way to take care of that last 6 points of life. Okay, there's a demonic tutor. I wonder what he's got. I mean, you already played out your land. You got 1 colorless mana floating. You've got your Ruby, but what can you do? I mean, I don't think there's a card in the deck here that can save Wouter. I mean, you could go for another Bolt, but that doesn't really solve anything, right? Then you put him on 3. He only has 1 flying creature. No, of course, he also has the Birds of Paradise untapped there, so he even has multiple blockers. I mean, exactly, has a mace there. The problem is you already had your land drop. So you cannot play out the mace. Mace would be a really good answer, by the way. Mace would be great here. Problem is you already played out a land. And I think Wouter's realizing that now as well. It's like, yeah, I could go for the mace. It's not going to solve anything. Also remember, you only have the Ruby and you have 1 colorless mana floating. So you can't even play out anything black. It looks like Wouter made his choice. He's shuffling up and passing the turn back to Björn. Maybe he's hoping that somehow Björn is not going to attack for whatever reason. They're just going to grant him 1 more turn, but I deem that very unlikely. Untap, upkeep, draw here for Björn. 6 life for Björn, 9 life for Wouter. Game number 1, round number 3 of the DadBodCon 3 here in Utrecht, the Netherlands. Gonna tap 3, another for Björn Enchanctress. That's crazy. That is just crazy. And, oh, another invisibility. Oh, man, now he's got 2 invisible wombats. This is so funny. Can you visualize it? 2 invisible wombats. 1 is huge, by the way, in flying. Oh, there's a spectral cloak. Oh, this is so funny. There's the attack. Yeah, that's it. That is game. And now I wonder what card he looked up. Yeah, he looked up Maze of If, but yeah, that's not enough. So Björn winning it here. Well, winning it here sounds like he's winning the match, but that's not the case. This is just game 1. But this was so entertaining. I love it. This is why I love old school. Now both players are going to dive into their sideboards, and we will catch back up with them in game number 2. Game number 2. Here we go. So 1 game up for Björn, meaning Wouter's on the play, starting with a basic swamp here, passing the turn. So no ritual again. Also a land here for Björn. City of Brass. There's a second black. And there we're going to see a sinkhole. In response, we're going to see Ancestral Recall here for Björn. Pretty sweet response if you ask me. And I guess then he's going to draw for turn right. Exactly, going to take a second turn. So let's see what he can do. There we see a Savannah. And there's a Mox Emerald, and there's a Birds of Paradise. Pretty sweet, able to empty his hand so he doesn't have to discard to hand size. So pretty good turn. Again, 2 black tapped. Okay, there's a Demonic Tutor. Only 2 cards left there for Wouter, so it looks like he took a mulligan here in the second game. Let's see what he's going to look up. Perhaps a mana source. Or maybe if he has a red source in hand, could also go for Wheel of Fortune, for example, to get some cards back in his hand. Looks like he's going to go for the Underworld Dreams here, or at least considering it. No, going to put something else there. Maybe it's just a mana source, you know. We'll have to wait and see. Going to first shuffle up. And then he's going to cut his deck. That's it. Okay, so Demonic here into the graveyard. It's going to be really interesting to see what he looked up. It's just, he picks up his cards too fast. He's going to go for Badlands here and passes. So I wonder if did he already have that in hand or did he just look it up? It's both very plausible. Has Hypnotic Spectre in hand there, I believe. Here we see a Sapphire for Björn. So 4 mana for him. Are we going to see a Magic Wombat? Sorry, a Rabit Wombat. It's not a, it's not a magic. Well, it turned into a Magic Wombat with all those enchant creatures, but it's of course a Rabit Wombat. It's going to tap 2 here. Okay, there's the Chaos Orb. Ooh, could flip here, but decides not to. Could flip on the Badlands. Could be a nice target. Okay, there's another Swamp. Going to tap 4. Okay. Oh, there's a Mind Twist. So I guess he looked up the Mind Twist here. So he's going to Mind Twist the hand of Björn. That is tough here. That is really tough. So, of course, Björn had to deal with the Hymns. Now he's got to deal with the Mind Twist. So, he's going to get rid of 3 cards here. So, those 3 cards are going to go. Let's see. It's a Disenchant, Spirit Link, and a Wombat. Oh, that's unfortunate. Could have played out that Rabit Wombat. There we see a library. That's a little bit too late here for Björn, having 3 cards in hand only, I believe. Okay, there we see the Björn Enchantress. There's a Spectral Cloak, not too bad. So again, has his drawing engine online. So that's pretty sweet. Wouter only 2 cards in hand. Gonna tap 3. Okay, there's the Hypnotic Spectre. So 2/2 flyer. When it deals damage, Björn is forced to discard a card at random. So really has to take care of this hippie. Has of course the Chaos Orb still on board, so I wouldn't be surprised if he uses the Chaos Orb here. Again, there he's gonna go again. So Björn is really flipping the Chaos Orb a lot here. And again, gonna take it out of its sleeve. Hasn't missed yet. 3rd flip here in this match. 1st flip of game number 2. Is it going to be a hit? Yes or no? Oh, it's going to be a miss. Oh, it bounced off. That's very painful to see because, I mean, now you have that Hypnotic Spectre that could really decide the game in favor for Wouter here in game number 2. Unfortunate here for Björn to miss that flip. This was really important. Yeah, now he's in trouble, I guess. What can he do? Gonna tap 2 cards here. Okay, there's Spectral Cloak, kind of fishing for something useful. Gonna play out his land for turn. Looks like it's a Savannah. Taking it back though. Yeah, already played out a land, I believe, right? Was that the library or not? Anyway, passing the turn. Maybe decides not to play out a land because it's also a potential target for the Hypnotic, of course. Gonna take 2 damage here. Three cards in hand. Gonna lose the middle card. Okay, that was that Savannah that he wanted to play out, so let's hope for Björn it's not too important. And nothing else done here by Wouter, just passing the turn. So he's really all in here on this Hypnotic Spectre. There's the Savannah now, another one. Gonna tap 2. Okay, what are we gonna see? Disenchant. Okay. That's interesting. Okay, and he's gonna play a Holy Strength. Wow, what an interesting play. Of course, you want the Holy Strength on the bird, but he couldn't because of the Spectral Cloak. Holy Strength giving it +1/+2. So now it's a 2/3. It can block the Hypnotic Spectre. Yeah, very funny moment here in the game. Well, actually, it's not a 2. It's a 1/3. So I have to correct myself. It's an 0/1 bird, of course. Then give it +1/+2. It's a 1/3. So it cannot kill the Hypnotic Spectre, but it can block the Hypnotic Spectre. 2 black here. Okay, ooh, there's a Chaos Orb. Is Wouter going to flip now? Yeah, he's going to activate. Is he going to flip here on the Birds of Paradise? Yeah, makes sense. But now he's got to do the naked flip. He's going to use the DadBodCon card. This is a card you get from the tournament. It's also stamped. Oh, is he going to hit it? Is he going to hit it? He is going to hit it. Well done. That was a good flip. That was a good flip, yeah. Bad news for Björn, losing his last card. It's a forest, but this Hypnotic Spectre is going to haunt Björn here in this second game. He's now on 15. Basically has to play out everything that he draws into. The problem is, even if he finds an enchant creature, cannot enchant for Björn Enchantress with it because of the Spectral Cloak. There's the attack, so Björn's going to lose that card, going to lose the Holy Strength. Yeah, that's very unfortunate for him. And, ooh, there's a Sengir Vampire. Wow, so we could see an ending of the second game coming quite quickly because Wouter can now hit for 6 every single turn. There's the attack for 6. Yeah, that means Björn's going to drop. Should drop to 7, right? I'm not sure why he's going to drop to 6 because I believe it was on 13. Could be mistaken. Anyway, he's on 6. What can he do? Going to tap 2. And there's a Spectral Cloak. And that's it. Yeah, that was... I mean, the missed flip for Björn was really the big moment in this game. I think if he would have hit the Hypnotic, he would have had way more time and the game would have really been completely different. But it is what it is. You can miss these flips, you know. Naked Orb flips, very tricky in my opinion. But hey, the good news is we're going to go to a game number 3 and also Björn is on the play. Okay, game number 3, the big decider, 1-1, Björn on the play, starting with the forest into Birds of Paradise. Let's see what Wouter can do. There's a mountain, and there's a bolt. Bolt the bird! That's been happening since 1993, and it's still happening today. There's a Mox Sapphire. Look at that, missing a land drop passing the turn. I guess if you've got Birds of Paradise in hand, a Mox and a single land, you could keep it. Unfortunately here for Björn, the bird got bolted here. Ooh, also a Shatter, so Wouter really attacking the mana base. I think that's a good decision. There's another bird. Let's see if this one gets to live. Drain life in hand, could consider draining it for 1. I would be tempted to, exactly. I mean, once you have that plan to take on the mana base, it's also good to just do a follow-up. Really make it difficult here for Björn. Yeah, look at Björn's gesture here saying, you know, I'm done. I've got nothing else. Got no mana sources, nothing. And there's the Underworld Dreams. I mean, an Hypnotic Spectre would have been even better, but Dreams is annoying enough. Finding a tropical island from the top, I guess, passing the turn. There's another land. Are we going to see a Sengir now? Yep, there's a Sengir. So many Sengirs here by Wouter. More damage for Björn. Yeah, nothing that Björn can do here, it seems. Just passing. A little bit frustrated here, of course, because this is the deciding match. And, yeah, just doesn't have the mana to play. He's going to take damage. Going to drop to 14. There's Hypnotic Spectre. Oh, this could be over very quickly. That Hypnotic, yeah, Björn picking up the card saying, you know what? You've got this. I mean, I get it, but it would have been nice to just continue playing, even though there's a very slim chance of you getting back into this. Also because he's not playing with Balance, I believe. Balance is one of those cards that can always get you back in, but yeah. Very unfortunate game number 3. I think game 1 was an absolute joy. But yeah, game 3 is also part of the game of Magic. You know, if your mana base gets attacked and you're just not quick enough, especially when the Hypnotic Spectre hit the board, you kind of know, okay, this is going to be really tough. And Björn made that conclusion pretty quickly. And congratulations, of course, here to Wouter. Well done. You've won here with your red-black mid-range list. And this was just the first video of DadBodCon. I will be back next time with more action from this tournament. So if you want to make sure you don't miss a thing, hit that subscribe button and ring that bell, because then you will be notified whenever I post anything new on the channel. So then you can see the next couple of episodes here from DadBodCon. I'm going to show you action from this tournament all the way to the finals. So and I can already tell you there are going to be some spicy matches played at this tournament that you probably don't want to miss. Oh, and before you go, if you want to help the channel out, please take a moment to like, share, and comment on this video. All these things are free and really help the channel move forward. Talking about moving forward, you can also become a patron of the show. Check out patreon.com/TimmyTalks to find out how you can support the channel and help me continue making these videos for you. Talking about that, let's now go to the end scroll and have a look at the fantastic, amazing patrons of Timmy Talks. Thank you guys so much, and girls, for supporting my channel.
What shall we do with the drunken sailor? What shall we do with the drunken sailor? What shall we do with the drunken sailor? Early in the morning, way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises. Early in the morning, put him in the longboat until he's sober, put him in the longboat until he's sober, put him in the longboat until he's sober. Early in the morning, way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises. Early in the morning, pull out the plug and wet him all over, pull out the plug and wet him all over, pull out the plug and wet him all over. Early in the morning, way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises. Early in the morning. What shall we do with the drunken sailor? What shall we do with the drunken sailor? Put him in the scows to the hose, my son, he'll put him in the scows to the hose, my son, he'll put him in the scows to the hose, my son, he'll early in the morning. Way hey up she rises, way hey up she rises, way hey up she rises. Early in the morning.
Icketus, ficketus, somber, kazee.